Well, here's what we have to understand. I believe that the transaction itself breaks into 3 parts, and we have to talk about all 3 parts. This is payday. This is when we get paid. We all love that day, right? It's the good one? Easy. This right here, this is when the consumer, it's really close. We know that the consumer spends 10 weeks as a buyer once they make the decision to do business, 6 weeks as a seller. The distance between when they decide and when we get paid is so close. And over here, everything to the left of this is lead generation. Our industry has had a lead generation fetish for 30 years. That's all we talk about. Everyone talks lead generation. You can just list the different ways you generate leads. It's this middle piece that we're missing. This right here is follow up. You know what happens when you don't do it, right? That's why we're losing. We're not losing because we don't know the people. We're losing because we're not following up with the people. You don't have a lead generation problem, ladies and gentlemen. You have a lead conversion problem. And it would be easier if you had a lead gen problem, because I could stand up here and I could tell you, just go knock on X number of doors. Just make X number of calls to strangers, and lead gen is solved. But without follow-up, it's all bullshit. It's a waste of time. We don't have to go looking for strangers anymore, not when you know as many people as you do. You realize that if we go back far enough, you might know 30 people. These were the people that lived in proximity to you. They were your village. Then we got into neighborhoods and subdivisions, and everybody knew their neighbor. Raise your hand if you know the name of neighbors on both sides of your house. Cool. But see, then the world got bigger. You see, now you have friends living all over the planet, connected with social media. I can sit in my office in Detroit and watch videos of Fred and Kevin, which I do all the time. I watch them make awesome announcements 7 days a week. And I love that, because I don't get to spend as much time with those guys as I want to. So I'm living that way with them. But is the relationship nurturing because of it? You see, when we don't really know the people that we're going to lead generate or get in a relationship with, they don't let us just show up in their lifetime. They look at us as vultures when we do. So let's talk about how to fix the problem. I want to submit to you right now the idea that you never have to lead generate another day in your life. Forget about it. It's over. It's good. You've generated enough leads. What you guys need are some people. You need some organic relationships. And you already have them. Take out your cell phone. Take out your phone and open your contacts. I've been doing this exercise now for a year, and every time I do it, it's an eye-opener for me. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. And when you get to the very bottom, you're going to see a number. Someone yell out a number. What do you got? 1340. What do you got? 1792. Who's got more? 2897. Who's got more? 5506, who's got more? Stand up if you have more than 5,000. Anybody have more than 5,000? What do you got? 6475. Ty, what do you got? How many? 5315. Cody, what do you got? 5487. As far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure we have outliers in the room. Nala, you probably got 14,000 in your phone or so. You know everybody. But when you look at these numbers right now, ask yourself this. Go into your calculator right now and take that number and multiply it by 0.05. 5%. Now you're going to see another number. I'm playing on this side of the room. You had 5,000, right? What's 5% of that? I only can do math in 3%. I'm a realtor, so I don't know. How many? 275, right? Cool. Now take that 275 and multiply it by your average commission. How much you usually make when you sell a house? What's the total commission, though? Dollars. 10 grand, 12 grand, 50? 12? Multiply it by $12,000. What'd you get? 3,300,000. You make less than that last year? Then you got robbed. You got robbed. That's your money. All of those people in that phone are moving. Unless you've been collecting phone numbers from the homeless, they're moving. And you got $3 million in commission, and that's an annualized number. Because 5% of everybody's digital Rolodex in this room is going to move. And here's the deal, they're not moving once. You didn't just move once. It's this drawing right here. And I draw this for the team all the time. This is the day when somebody moves and sells their house, and you make $12,000. This down here, this is the very next day. They're worth zero, because no one moves the day after they move because of that thing. It's weird. But every day after it, that lead goes up in value until we get right here again, which is the next time they move. And in this country, the distance between these points is 3 to 7 years. Raise your hand if you moved in the last 7 years. Anyone here? Oh, good, the drawing works? Cool. It's great news. But they don't just move once. They move 4 or 5 times. Raise your hand if you've moved more than twice in your adult life. Drawing still works. Awesome. And a lot of us will buy a vacation home or a rental. Raise your hand if you own another house other than the one you live in. That still works. Your ability to get rich is not to sell one house. It's to sell each person 6 houses. And you have enough in that phone to make $3 million a year doing it.